I interview my friend Thad. He is 77 years old and a Hurricane Helene survivor. We both live outside of Asheville and our paths crossed, and ever since, we've been friends. He's lived in the same house that he was born in. He is one of 8 children and the youngest. 4 boys and 4 girls were born in this home. It's on 7 acres, and Thad lives a quiet, peaceful country life. Thad was in the Army for 21 years and traveled the world. He's also a Purple Hearts recipient in the Vietnam War. There's 57 cows that live in the land behind his home, and he takes care of them. I had an immediate connection with Thad. He reminds me a lot of my father, who passed away 4 years ago from COVID. They both have the same birthday. They both have a very similar personality, if not the exact same. My father was a journalist in his early 20s. That's why I always say I think it runs in my blood. He was very good at asking questions, and Thad too is also very intellectual and loves to talk and ask questions and is intuitive about other people and cares. My father's death broke my heart into a million pieces, and shortly after, I began my journey of doing journalistic work. It was never planned, it just happened. And ever since, I've been traveling the country, documenting stories, whether it's true crime, helping families get the justice they deserve, or meeting interesting individuals such as Thad. I think that everyone has a story, and it deserves to be told. And hanging out with Thad has been actually quite therapeutic. I always look forward to hanging out with him, and whenever I'm in town near Black Mountain, I make sure to give him a visit. Here is the first interview I ever did with Thad.
My grandma and grandpa built the house many, many years ago, and I really don't have what year. Then they was from Haywood County. Then they went back to Haywood County. Then I inherited it from my mother and my sister through the years.
Wow, so you grew up on this property. It's
On this property. We used to have across the road, it's grown up now, we used to have cattle, or then we used to have tobacco and stuff like that here.
So with this situation going on with Hurricane Helene, have you experienced in your 77 years here a flood like what has happened?
No, no ma'am, no ma'am. They're saying this was a flood. 19 and 16 we had a flood like this, and they're sort of comparing it to some of them are comparing it to the Katrina flood. I mean, the Katrina hurricane.
So your property did not get affected by the flood?
No, the property, not a bit. We're so farther up. I've said if the flood got here, the whole valley would be gone. It wouldn't be nothing this far up.
And you live here alone in this house?
I live here alone by myself.
What were some things that you did when you were growing up?
Oh, we used to play in the creek or the river. Before the river went down, we done that. I helped on a farm, our little teeny farm. Then in '66, I graduated from high school. Then I went to Vietnam. Then in 91, I went to Desert Storm from this little house. I came back to the same house.
When you came back from the war, did you have any like culture shock or any realizations?
No, I didn't, because a lot of people, when they come back from the war, I think if they don't talk about it, a lot of people don't talk about the war. I always talk about anything. That don't make no difference. I really like now my Montreat College kids. I started going hanging out with them, and I hang out with my Montreat College kids. I started that in 2017. I've been hanging around with them. I retired and didn't have nothing to do, and so I said one day I'd go watch basketball. End up hooked up with them. That's been the biggest joy, is hooking up with the Montreat College basketball.
What's it called? Montreat College?
Montreat College.
Montreat College, yeah. Nice.
It's a 4-year college. 4-year small college. I just take them out to eat and just hang out with them, get away from the college so they won't get bored at the college. There's not much to do in Black Mountain. We go to Asheville and to different restaurants and do stuff like that.
Have you ever traveled to different parts of the country?
I've been Egypt. I've been to Saudi Arabia. I've been to the Philippines. I've been to Vietnam in the service. Been to Alaska. Spent 2 years in Alaska and in the service. I enjoyed that.
That's really great that you got to travel.
Travel. Then I go, every once in a while, there's a bus tour called Christian Tour Buses. I go on Christian Tour Buses. I just got, about a month ago, we went up to Maine, up the Maine area, up through there and seen all that up there. I just enjoy getting on the bus with the people. We enjoy each other. Someday we'll stay 9 to 14 days on the bus, and you get to know everybody on the bus.
That sounds fun.
It is fun.
Do you have any advice for anyone in their 20s?
Advice about what?
Any advice for anyone in their 20s like us?
I think everybody looks at the 20 age and they think, well, most 20 age group is they don't work, they don't do nothing. The basic thing, advice I've tried to tell my 28 college kids, set you a goal. And like I always said to myself, I'm a floater. I just floated through life, and now I look back now, I don't have the money and don't have the stuff that I could have if I would say went and got a goal. Set you some kind. Don't set a goal that you can't reach. Set a goal that you can reach, and have it all and work for it.
That's really good advice.
And the biggest thing is always be friendly to somebody. Always be friendly. If you're friendly to people, long run, the friendly part will come back to you. I always thought that. And another thing, young kids, be honest. And the young kids, stay away from the drugs, the alcohol, the stuff like that. I think that's the best way for, people actually do. And like he's a Mormon, I don't know what you are, but stay in churches, because God will take care of you. If you don't believe it, just look around what's actually happened. Don't believe in a lot of politics. Leave politics alone, because they want your money and they ain't gonna do nothing for you.
What's a typical day like out here?
Out here,
Yeah.
the most typical day is just, most people go to work. A lot of people live out here, go to work, go in Asheville, Black Mountain, different places and go to work. It used to be a long time ago, there used to be a lot of farmers, a lot of cattle out here, some cattle. And everybody used to raise tobacco and stuff. But a typical day out here now, you see people going to work every morning. Used to, we could sit on the porch and I'd say, I'll go Joe, or I'll go Bob, or I'll go somebody. Now I have no idea who's going up the road.
Mountain folks stick together, right?
Mountain folks stick together. You might not think they would, but when a hard time comes along, they'll start sticking together.
I did another video with Thad where he showed me where 13 people lost their lives, not too far from where he lives. During the hurricane, this whole neighborhood was washed out. Thad also introduced me to the chief of one of the fire departments in Black Mountain. This interview will be coming out soon. We also did a video together of Thad showing me how he feeds the 57 cows. We had such a grand old time, and we can't wait to share with you this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the life advice that Thad gave us. I think it's actually very helpful, and sometimes I think it's important we remember our elders, as they hold valuable stories and share timeless wisdom. Chronicles of Olivia. Subscribe and be part of this journey as we uncover the trials and tribulations of humankind. Everyone has a story worth sharing. Let's tell it together.